Hey, happy Monday night and welcome to the dialogue. You got dialogue with Dozy. Listen, how many of you all like that intro music? That's some slick music. We still gonna come up with animals. We're gonna slip it in somehow, somewhere. Felt to buy the rights to it. Uh, on the dialogue with me tonight, and we apologize for being a second late. I'm on the road. My road dog, Ms. Linda Scott. She's from H Town, better known as Clutch City. Lynn, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. She's sitting in the co-host seat. KV is on assignment. He's out of the city tonight. I was thinking we might be side by side, but he's out of the city, out of reach. So no better co-host to have on my side than my girl Linda Scott, coming from Clutch City. You remember when they used to call it Clutch City, Lynn?
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, so well.
That was when
So well.
when y'all had the dream and y'all winning
The
championships. Y'all
dream
gonna ever
team.
get back there?
Oh, we come. Yeah, we gonna get there. We gonna get there. We coming back.
Should have a ton load of draft choices when you traded off James Harden and kind of he forced his way out of town. But I'll
Uh,
always like the Houston sports teams.
yeah,
So
that
listen,
was
we got
good
a
for us.
special guest. Yeah, we got a special guest, and I'm gonna call a special guest my cousin anyway. My dear cousin, she's making a sacrifice. It's 5 o'clock. She's on the left coast. She's coming. We're like all over the place tonight. I'm in Florida. You're in Texas. She's in California. My cousin, Chandra Heyman. She's on the dialogue tonight. She's been here before, and we have KV and the producers and I made a decision to keep this kind of light during the holiday season,
Right.
and uh, and that's what we're doing. So we're not doing any controversial stuff. We're not doing any of the stuff that it causes us to be fussing. Fern won't be too mad about what we're doing tonight. We're not doing any right wing, left wing. We're not dealing anything racial. We're just having good cheer. Boy, we got a special one next week. We're not even doing a dang dog or are you serious? No, we're gonna only do
None of
shout
that,
outs
huh?
this week. So we got a special shout out, yeah, this month. Sandra, come on and tell us, just refresh for our audience what you do, your position at the hospital, and then what you do on the side. We're going to ask you some questions. Lynn's going to take the driver's seat with that. You guys have been conversing. Just
Oh,
kind of introduce yourself.
okay. Well, I am a hospital administrator here in Southern California. I worked in healthcare for over 24 years. I generally don't mention the name of the hospital just because of the nonprofit organization that I have, and I don't want any type of conflict of interest.
Right.
But I am a proud healthcare worker. I worked entirely through the surge of the COVID-19 pandemic. So I was one of those people out there every single day, never working from home, always out there helping, doing whatever I can to assist at the medical center. So, with all that said, I do enjoy working in healthcare. I do enjoy community service. Um, as mentioned before, after the passing of my mother in March of 2018, I started the nonprofit organization. The nonprofit organization Talking Angels. And within the Talking Angels arena, we donate keepsake blankets to patients that are going through some type of chronic illness. And the blankets are not just any type of blankets. And I actually have one and I'll pick it up. They're actually Sherpa throw blankets and they're very quality blankets. And they actually have the Talking Angels logo embroidered on there too. So they're extremely soft. So this is the blanket. Not sure if you can see it. So
Oh,
this is the blanket. This is the logo. And a lot of our cancer patients that we donate these to, they actually take it with them when they're going through infusion. So when they're getting infused in the infusion center, their chemotherapy, they have their blankets with them. And so they have them with them either at the hospital, they have them at home. And like I said, they're not just for cancer patients, it can be for the elderly. I donate on a regular basis to the rehab facility that my mom was in when she was going through her transition. So it's just a kind gesture to those who might need a little comfort and warmth at the time. And that's who I
Let me
donate to.
let me interrupt you and ask you a couple of questions.
Hmm.
And how did you come up with the name Talking Angels?
Okay, that's really interesting. It is, but it isn't. My mother loved to talk. She was a
Mm-hmm.
talker. And my
Mm-hmm.
mother also loved angels. So she was a believer in angels and she loved to talk. And so I used to, when she passed, I would always say, if the angels could only talk, if the angels could only talk. And so then
Mm.
I came up with the talking angels, and that's how I came up with talking angels.
I was wondering, and I almost felt like I bet this has something to do with her mom talking to the angels, but I didn't want to just say that. I wanted you to tell us
Hmm.
how did you come up with it, and I think that's amazing. Um, when you start saying mothers, we do talk, all of
Hmm.
us as mothers, and when you're saying talking to the angels. And you stated that if the angels could only talk, and the angels are talking, they're
Yes.
talking right now through you, telling and giving your love and support back in honor of your mother. I think this is so awesome.
Yes.
And just so you know, I want one too. Okay.
Okay, you I
So
can
yeah,
send you
yeah,
a
yeah.
mini
We'll.
address.
I'll
And
put
like
my
I
order
say with the
in.
blankets, the more blankets I give out, the more I can spread my mother's love. So I
Oh,
try to
bless you.
donate to as many people as I can because this is her that I'm passing around and keeping her alive. So,
You
um,
know, me and a couple of ladies was talking earlier today in reference to our mothers, our grandmothers, and our great grandmothers. So we had the big mamas, the mothers, and all of them, and we don't have them. So having that talking angel blanket is
mhm,
so amazing. That is so awesome. I'm feeling some kind of way right now, girl.
I'm
So
glad.
yeah,
Like I
I
said, I
want
just need a
to
name and address, and I can send you as many as you want. No strings
oh
attached.
yeah, and we'll do that. So I asked you earlier in sponsoring, do you look or do you seek sponsors? Or people just knowing that Talking Angels is out there and they know what it's about, so they're automatically saying, "Hey, I want to be a part of it," because I would like to be a part of your Talking Angels.
Some do. Once I give the blanket to someone, a family member might donate. I do pop up fundraisers, throughout the Southern California area, telling people about Talking Angels. I do a lot of social media on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
about Talking Angels. Um, so the donations really come from everywhere and
Okay.
from anywhere, no matter how much, they're all appreciated because I have this thing when someone donated today and she said, "So what are you going to do with the donation?" I said, "I'm going to buy more blankets." Very
Right,
simple. I'm going to buy
right,
more blankets so I can donate more blankets. So
absolutely.
that's the premises of our donations. We spend a very little money on our website, on social media. Most of the sponsorships is spent on purchasing more blankets. And lately,
So
I have
who?
been mailing a lot of blankets out, so it goes to postage as well. But the blankets technically cannot be bought. They're all
Mm-hmm.
donated. But if you want to make
Right,
a donation, I will accept a donation. But if that makes
you
sense,
can't
but
buy
the
any.
blankets are donated, strictly donated.
Great. So the people who are receiving your blankets are whom?
They're people I don't even know. They're people
Mm-hmm.
that I know. They're people who have been referred to me. They're
Right.
people that have reached out to me on social media,
Mm-hmm.
telling me their situation and what they're going through, and they would love to have a blanket. They're friends of friends. There's people that I know at the hospital where I work who's going through some type of treatment that I,
Mm-hmm.
donate a blanket to. So the word is out, and the recipients come from everywhere. There's just
Great.
not one place anymore.
Great. So even though they're coming from all over, who who receives the blanket? What person, what illness do I have to have in order to receive a talking angel?
Um, what I say is any type of chronic illness. So I donate on a regular basis to cancer patients, but I
Mm-hmm.
also donate to Parkinson's patients, sickle cell, lupus, any type of chronic illness. It can even be elderly with no
Mm-hmm.
illness.
Mm-hmm.
It's I really don't discriminate. I just ask that you have something that a cause for me to donate this blanket to.
Right.
So it just varies. My mother had Parkinson's disease, and she was also a cancer survivor. She
Wow.
was in hospice. So all three of those, anyone that meet any of those qualifications automatically get one. But like I said, there's two little girls that I'm currently working with, and they have
Mm-hmm.
sickle cell anemia. So they
Okay.
have a blanket. Their friends who also have sickle cell have a blanket. There was one little girl, and she's actually on my website. She was well, she's still undergoing a treatment, but she had leukemia since she was 9 years old. And
Wow.
so I met several of her friends through her because of her leukemia journey. So all of her friends have a blanket who have leukemia. So, then her little brother, he wanted a blanket too. So I said, well, Michael, you get a blanket too. Although you don't have leukemia, you get a blanket too. So, you know, the blankets are, like I said, I don't discriminate. If you want a blanket, you
Right.
can have a blanket.
So let me ask you, I know the blanket that you're passing forward to everyone is in reference to your mother and the love of your mom. So, what do you hear from your clients that say, "Oh my God, I so love the blanket.
Oh,
Your mom embraced me." You know,
yeah.
what are you hearing?
They hear the blanket has brought so much comfort. The
Mm-hmm.
blanket is so soft. Thank you so much for the blanket. It's something to hold on to.
Mm.
It makes me feel better. Um, I hear all kind of things, all kind of good things that oftentimes make me cry. You know what I
Oh.
mean? Because it's like it's my organization. It's what I
Mm-hmm.
started based from my heart, and it's actually touching the lives of people.
Right. Wow. I am I am blown away because I didn't know of your blankets, but anything that will help us, and we all need that comfort right now, to know that there are other people out there watching us and that do love us and care about us enough to, I don't want to say loan your mother out, but give your mother
I get it.
to someone else to know that your
Hmm.
mom, as we say, Mom, you talk so much, but listen, this is what she's doing. So
Yeah,
her
and see,
talking
my
angel is,
mom, Dozell knows my mom. That was his auntie. That was like his favorite auntie, and she loved Dozell. But he know how she loved to talk, and she loved people. She loved
yes,
people like there was no other. And anything
wow,
that she had, she would give to anybody. The last shirt on her back, the last dollar in her
yes,
pocket, whatever it was. So,
awesome,
I inherited that too. And whatever someone needs from me, if I got it, it's there. It's not an issue.
right.
So,
Did
so
you want to say
Shani,
something, Dozell?
yeah, let me just say, Shani, you said what I'm not able to say. You said one of my favorite aunts. I can't say that out of in deference to my other two remaining aunts. I
Oh
can't say
yes,
my
okay.
favorite aunt, but I
Uh-huh.
think everybody knew that Aunt Noki and I were real, real, real close, and we were talking aunts and buddies. And when you said that, I said, "Okay, I'm clapping, Linda." Because I'm saying, okay,
Right.
she said it. I can't say it, but she
Yeah,
just
but
said it.
I'll clarify. I think just because you were the oldest grandchild, and my mother was older than the other sister, she's right below your sister, and I think that's where that bond came in at. Not to, take anything
Discriminate,
away from
yeah,
Aunt Mary or Aunt Patricia or even Aunt Ruth. I think it was just the age range of, a mom being the oldest under your mom and you being the oldest grandchild. I think that's where that came from.
We had
well,
some we had some special experiences. We drove cross country. We were just talking. We were just talking last night. Mom and I was talking about Chandra. You were, oh no, you would remember. You were just a baby, but driving back the two cars that you guys purchased in Florida, we drove them
I
back.
remember.
You remember, and
Yeah, I was like what,
the
3 or
tire came
4, but
off
I
of that
remember.
little MGB twice, and
Hmm.
so while we were driving back, oh man, what experience that was! We had a great, great, great time. I'm sitting in front of, so the cat's out the bag. I'm in Jacksonville. I'm in Duval, right here, but my makeshift studio is actually facing me is a memorial plaque that was, I don't know if the girls gave it to my mom or who, but it's got Aunt Naomi's picture facing me, and it says, uh, "Her journey just began," and
Hmm.
it's a poem, and Mama was talking about that yesterday. Yeah, she was indeed us, and boy, would she love to see what you are doing in her honor. She
Hmm.
would just love it. Shauna, what's new in with Talking Angels since you were on about 8 months ago? And thank you for coming back. I've been working through some technical
Yeah, so what's new
difficulties.
with Talking Angels? I did this huge project in the month of October, which was Breast Cancer Awareness Month, where I actually donated. I actually had special blankets made up. So they have the Talking Angels logo, but they also have a pink ribbon right under the Talking
Okay.
Angels. And what I did was I ordered over 200 of these blankets and I put them in these big pink boxes. And I donated those to different cancer organizations to give to women who either were going through breast cancer treatment, who had breast cancer, or who did not win their fight with breast cancer. And those blankets went to the families. So that was
Mm,
the biggest project yet that I did. It was huge. I had to
mm.
have people come over and help me pack the boxes, put the boxes
Wow.
together, deliver, and all of that. So my next big project is in September because I actually plan to do the same thing for ovarian cancer month.
Mm.
So those are some upcoming things. And of course, on Mother's Day, I do a big thing for Mother's Day. Last Mother's Day, which was, I think was May 9th or May 10th, I actually went on the oncology inpatient unit at one of the hospitals in LA on Mother's Day, and I handed out my blankets to all the women that
Uh,
were inpatient on the oncology unit.
wow. So are you ready for this blessing that God has already given you, but your cup is about to run over? Are you prepared? Do you have enough staff to help you with this?
I have a team of people. I don't have confirmation that, they're just waiting as well. But yes, I am ready for this. I do believe it is my calling
Mm-hmm.
outside of me working in the hospital for 25 years and with cancer patients as well. But I do believe this is my calling and I'm ready for it. I am so ready.
Okay. Well, I am ready. I'm here, like everybody know here in Houston, and whatever we could do on this end, you got it. You
I
got it. I
appreciate it.
mean, that we need more of this, and as I was stating earlier, the time that we're going through right now, everybody needs a hug. Everybody needs to
Yeah.
hear that there's somebody out there for me that do care for me. So, with this
Hmm.
right here, I am super super excited, and I cannot even say I'm ready to help you. I am so
I
ready to help
appreciate
you.
it.
I am ready.
Yeah, I
So,
appreciate all the help, no matter what it is. I appreciate it. Like I said, I just need your name and address and how many blankets you want, and I can get those in the mail as soon as tomorrow. And
okay,
whatever else you need from me, you know someone who you think might can benefit from a
absolutely.
blanket. I just need their name and address as well.
And I do know, and I know there are some people out there that are watching as of right now. So all you have to do is send me your info, and you will get
Okay.
one of these talking blankets, these talking angels,
Talking Angels, yes.
talking angels. And I do deep down inside believe, because my mother, when she passed, and the service gave us a blanket of my mom. So when I would come in, I would
Mm-hmm.
say, "Hey, lady, how are you?" And I can feel the
Yes.
spirit, and I can feel her smile. So your talking blanket girl will be talking to someone. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's one of the
So
best charities
so
that I've
everything
heard of
is
lately.
significant. The Talking Angels is from my mom, and then the blanket has the little pink ribbon. The angel wings are pink, and those are
Mm,
significant of my mother as well.
wow.
And so I
So
chose the color gray because it's neutral. It can go for a man or for
right.
a woman. So I
Hmm.
wanted something that was neutral because it's not just for women, it's for men as well. And
Right.
so, I put a lot of thought into the entire blanket and how it's made, um, because I wanted it to reach out to everyone.
Wow. So do you have a God, I just want some people to donate to you. I need to
Yes, on the website, I do have a
mhm,
donate button through PayPal.
okay. Okay. So that's the only way that they will be able. Do you have a letter that we could send out to these different hospitals and different organizations who know of the patients for sure, that can say, "Hey, we want to donate, and let's get some of her blankets to our people."
Yes, I do. I do. I have a letter. I have everything. I'm ready. I'll be honest with you. I'm ready. Whenever a hospital, local hospital reaches out to me or someone reaches out to me, an administrator of a hospital, and they ask me a couple questions, I tell them, what do you need? Now, I'll get
Right.
with you tomorrow. Whatever you need, I got it already. Because it's been
Okay.
something that has been brewing for the last 4 years. And
Mhm.
honestly, my job is a really full time, most of the time stressful job, and
Mhm.
when I come home, this is how I relax, is through Talking Angels. And on the
Mm-hmm.
weekends, I'm out delivering. And I know there was a picture that Dozell put up of a little boy holding some blankets. That was actually my grandson, and we were delivering to a community hospital in San Bernardino a couple weeks
Mm-hmm.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
And his name is Josiah. And he says,
Mm-hmm.
I want to help. I want to help. So I said, well, put your shoes on, Joe. And we headed out the door, and he grabbed all the blankets. And um, that was him helping me deliver the blankets. He's 4 years old.
Oh, look at this.
And
Yeah, so
that's
he knows what his
Amazing.
grandmother likes to do. And he enjoys it as well.
that's
Wow.
Jude's son, right?
That's Jude's son.
Okay.
Wow. Oh my
Listen,
gosh.
we're
Good.
gonna get right back into it. I know both of y'all got to get out. For you all
Yes.
who's not thinking time wise, I know Shani last time came on with us somewhere en route between the hospital and home, and I won't even ask you where you are right now. But she's not sitting in a comfortable position like Lynn and I are. Even though I'm not in my regular studio, at least I'm comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Chandra
Mm-hmm.
just had to work this time thing out, and we think, and I
Mm-hmm.
know Lynn has an obligation. Thank you for being there. I'm gonna continue asking and let Linda, because she's on a good train of conversation. But let me
Okay.
just shout out those producers that make this work for us every week, and and those things, and then while I'm at it, I'll just go ahead and do the shout out for everybody. For those of you that don't know, the dialogue with those is brought to you every week by GoGigaCreations.com. You see the great work they've done, the great work they're doing. Listen, for those of you who follow all of my platforms, we do the dialogue on Monday nights. You see, it's a different color scheme. They have changed up all of the marketing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Toya and her team, Makia Johnson and their team is just do an awesome job of any virtual need that you have. Show production, website, anything along that line. That's GoGigaCreations.com. It's not even a question. Go to them first. Several shows have come out of our shows and the great work that they do. And we also like to remember Sister Jeannie Arbach. I'm gonna hook you up with her one day, Shani. She
Okay.
does it's Showering Love, and it's called Showers by Grace is the name of her 501c. She has two buses. One has 3 showers, one has 2. They park in strategic locations aimed at our homeless population. And not only
Okay.
do they give them the newness and the freshness, the shower is almost symbolic of all of the wraparound services that they do. New they do new new clothes. Their
Mm-hmm.
donations, they don't accept old stuff. Everything is new.
Mm-hmm.
Haircuts, which is a symbol of a newness, refreshing. I remember when I used to get a haircut. It used to make me feel so good. So a fresh shave does it now. So they do that. And Griff is on hand for voter registration. It's just like a person becomes a new person because
Um,
Jeannie was sent by and went through, and God gave her a vision on the basis of some tough times in her life, and she is
mm,
now blessing hundreds and thousands. 2 buses,
wow.
Showering by Grace, and we thank God for it. She'll be on some point at the beginning of the year. I was really wanting to hook you all up, and maybe that's how we'll do it. We try to bring you on too. I want to do a shout out tonight. Uh, I know y'all are telling me to get the Santas because of this proposed um, militia that he wants. And y'all know you don't have to push me too hard to do that kind of stuff. But it's Christmas. So I'm going to do a shout out tonight. Tonight's shout out is to Chandra, not because she's my cousin, but because of her calling and her following it. For Linda, for you all who don't know, Linda's, I think she's kind of winding down with it. But for the last 20 years, 15, 20 years, she has taken plus models and made it a chic thing in America. Now, you're saying, okay, that's the concept. No, Linda did more than just encourage them to be models. She is a mentor. She's like a life coach. She's like a mother figure. I told you what old Linda, she's like a mother figure to so many young ladies who deal with issues of weight, the self-esteem that I have personally seen her instill in young ladies because of her mentoring them to be models and to just do good work in their community. So we're shouting out everybody tonight who has a 501c. We're just starting one. My daughter and I. It's called New Horizons Community Services. We're going to reach out to the. Right now, we're targeting the homeless population. We're going to team up with Jeannie, and we're also targeting those who are recently released from incarceration. We want to make sure that they don't not only get a fresh start, but we're calling it the best start that they can get. So anybody who's doing um, charity work, because you don't make money with these 501(c)(3)s, it's about being a blessing to somebody. Anybody who's touching lives, anybody who's sacrificing their time to be a blessing with a nonprofit organization to touch the lives of somebody else. The dialogue shouts you out tonight. And you know what? I know one guy, Santa Claus probably loves you, but I know the Lord loves you. We thank you and we bless God for you. Dialogue with Dozie. We're moving towards the finish. Shani, I know you did a fundraiser. You did a thing for, I think it was around your birthday. You did a GoFundMe. And when I saw it, I hit you up, and I bypassed a lot of them, but I hit you up. I don't bypass them because I like to. I just got limited dollars, man. But I caught you, and then when I came back, did I see that you had already reached what your goal was that night, that
Yeah, because
season?
what it was actually a popcorn fundraiser. So you set the goal. Um, I think it was forgot the name of the popcorn company, but they'll donate whatever 50% of all your purchases to your nonprofit organization. And I had set that goal at I think 1,500, and I met that goal. But then I also had a fundraiser goal on Facebook that I met, and the goal was only $550, and I exceeded that $550 goal. And that was last year. That was a year ago on my birthday. So, when I do put out there a fundraiser, things are pretty good. But I'm looking to do bigger fundraisers. My plan is to do more pop-up fundraisers in the area, whether it's at a restaurant, a boutique, my house, someone's house. But yeah, I really want to get it out there. Now that I'm actually working more with the hospitals, the big hospitals, I plan on, working with them on their fundraisers as well.
And
What?
here is my thing on your fundraisers. Um, Let me know. Well, we have to talk after this is over
Okay.
because I just saw a major fundraiser in my head for you. So I'm ready. You said you was ready. Let's go ahead and do this.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we gotta make it work. We gotta make it work.
Okay.
Yes.
Very
So
nice to
so
meet you, Linda.
You too.
It
You
was a
too.
pleasure.
Man, this vision that I just got,
Well, you
so
hold that thought.
it's
You hold that thought
crazy.
because dreams
I,
become
I heard the
reality.
two of you
So
all talking in pre-production about Alzheimer's, and I know Shani, my dad had he was a victim of the offshoot of it, dementia, and I
hmm
think Auntie might have had a taste of that, if I'm not sure. Uh, how many of your patients are dementia patients or Alzheimer's patients?
well, when I donate to a rehab facility, which has, older people there and people with different illnesses, um, I don't know what the breakdown is, but definitely some of those have Alzheimer's, dementia, they're on dialysis. So there's a number of illnesses, but I don't have the breakdown of what percentage goes to what.
So
Will you
so
be getting a breakdown? I mean, I know that's important for you to know where your donations are going so you can
Yes,
see.
yes, it is.
Okay.
So, and so if I had to speak now, a majority, I would say at least 80% of my donations are going to cancer patients, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
breast cancer, ovarian cancer, pancreatic cancer, colon cancer, lung cancer, brain cancer. It's all the cancers. And then if I really
Cancers.
had to break down all the cancers, I can definitely do
Mm-hmm.
that too, because um, let's just say at work, I work a lot with cancer patients, all different type of cancers. And so I'm very familiar with the cancers. But then when it comes to, I guess I would have to lump the Alzheimer's, the dementia, the dialysis, the Parkinson's in a category where I say other, and then I would break it down by that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just because that's generally a smaller percentage than
Mm-hmm.
what the population that I'm dealing with now. But like I said, the rehab facility that I donate to, that my mother was in for 6 months, those patients there have all of that. They're not cancer patients for sure because they would be
Okay.
in a different facility.
And that's only because um we don't know of the talking angels just yet. So once we establish, look, you hear that? Once you establish yourself in the different other rehab centers, then I can see your numbers growing that way. So there's so much, man. You are so needed. Chandra, I am super excited for you, and I pray that
Thank
God
you.
continue to keep you strong to do
I
the will
appreciate
that
it. I
He's
need it.
called you
I'll take
for.
all the prayers, the blessings,
Um,
and whatever else good can come my way.
oh, and this coming, honey.
Because in
let,
turn, it all goes to the patients. So
Absolutely.
I'm happy.
let
Thank
me
you.
let me ask you this, Chandra, and this is I guess is preaching me. As a visionary, where do you see what you do expanding to? Because I know you've expanded since we recently spoke a few
Hmm.
months ago in this forum. Where do you possibly see? And I know, Linda, you're saying the sky's the limit, but
Yeah.
I'm just asking you right now. What would you see as it can be an immediate offshoot of the great work that you're doing?
You know, Dozell, and I'll have to be honest with my answer. I see me quitting my job of 25 years that I love and
Wow.
that pays my
Wow.
mortgage, my
Yeah.
car note, and takes care of all of my
Wow.
kids. I see me quitting and actually donating my time and my goodness to this cause.
Wow.
And I see it going big. I
Wow.
really do. I really do. And
Well,
I
at
my
least we
only
see the
wish is that
same
I had
thing.
more time to spend on it. But then I know in my heart, God is saying, just be patient. I got
That's it.
this. Let's just
That's
work it
Wow.
it.
out. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Because everything seems to fall into place each and every time.
Right.
And
Now,
so, for the most part, I just cannot complain. And
Wow.
I try not to. I mean, I'm always running my mouth. I talk a lot too, but I can't complain.
Well, you those are cousins, so we know you
Uh
talk a
huh.
lot.
Uh
So,
huh. Uh huh.
hey, I'm a
And,
mama's
and I
son,
but
know my
so
auntie talks a lot too. So my mama
I'm
talks
my
a lot.
mother's
So
son.
you know,
No,
it's a talking family.
so
right.
so so
But you see what talking gets. That's how talking
Uh
angels
huh.
arrive.
A closed
So
that's right.
mouth
that's
is
it.
never
That's right.
fed.
Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That
yeah,
was a good question, Dozelle.
yeah.
I wanted to know where she was going with this as
Yeah,
well.
I'm going as big as I can. I'm not stopping.
Good,
I'm not
good,
stopping.
Now, Lynn,
good. Yeah.
I heard you say earlier, Chandra, that something pushed you to tears. I'm not one of them boys that's on my radar too often, but to hear you and Linda, you would have to see. And you know, I'm not trying to divulge, put you,
Mm-hmm.
embarrass you, or anything, Chandra, but you'd have to see how well she has been blessed to live, and to
Mm-hmm.
hear her talk, to even hint that at some point that is a thought. She didn't say when she retires. She didn't say
Right,
when, you know, when such and such kicks in or this or
Mm-hmm.
right,
that, because
right.
she's away from Social Security. I understand that, but she didn't say any of that stuff. I know
Right.
how she lives, and she says I'm to the point where this calling has pushed me that in my mind. I know I've got to be settled and listen to as God gives me
Mm-hmm.
the knowledge and the know
Mm-hmm.
about and the win on it. But in my
Mm-hmm.
mind, I'm ready, and I know just what her career means to her. She's not just
Well,
an administrator; she is an awesome administrator, and that has been that's been her lifelong occupation. I've done several
well,
things along with the ministry, but that's
you
what
know
she's
what?
done. And to hear her say that, and she just really just got promoted even recently,
Wow.
and to hear her say that and to know what she would really be giving up and how she I just think that is just
Well, you know
dynamite.
that
Well, the
sometimes when they
whole,
say your
go
work
ahead.
here is finished and
Yeah,
now
yeah,
it's
yeah.
time to move on to
That's it.
something else.
Yeah.
Because
And that's how I
what
almost
God,
feel at the point of the hospital. And although I still have a lot of value there and I actually love going to work every day, but I know all that I've done for patients over the years.
mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like my work is coming to an end there and it's beginning somewhere else.
Well,
So
Wow.
that was
that's
your
where I'm at
training
with all of
point.
this.
That was her training. Now God has prepared and preparing her for the biggest promotion she could ever have. Whatever her lifestyle is now, it's about to
Hmm.
get greater. So um, I don't know her lifestyle, but
Hmm.
just the few minutes that I've spoken with her, I already see where God is about to take her.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked her the question, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. And I think
because
that
he's
the
about
key
to
thing
move her.
here.
He's moving everything that she needs. When he takes us and put us in training,
Mhm.
nobody could stop us from being
Exactly.
acknowledged to where we need to go, or
Yeah.
you can't stop us because
Yeah.
he's already made the plan
Yeah.
and
And
he's
the key thing
directed
here is to always remain humble. Always.
that's it.
Always.
That's it. That's
Always.
it.
Linda, I know through some, yeah, I don't even want to talk about some tough circumstances, we really
Mm-hmm.
became closer. And the one thing that resonates that you shared with me privately and many others publicly, God has been telling me that there's more for me to do. God has been telling me that there's more for me
Mhm.
to do. And you had a very lucrative career, and you were pushed to do what you did with the models. Don't let me mess it up, Toya. Linda Scott. It was 1460. Is that it?
1426.
1426. Go
Uh-huh.
ahead and tell us a
1426.
little bit about that and how you got there,
Oh,
because I
one second,
think
Judy.
uh, God. I
Um,
just want to make the point that I see God moving with Chandra in a gradual process. He was a little bit more forceful with both you and I to get us where
Mm-hmm.
He wants us to go. This thing that I just launched, that's been on the drawing board for years, and it's
Okay.
now just becoming a real. But just share, if you don't mind, what
I'm
Well,
how
sorry,
you
you
kind
said
of got.
1426, and I really couldn't hear what you were saying.
1426 is models between the sizes of 14 to 26. And it was because the
Oh,
average woman now is a size 14. And then
okay.
we also want to look beautiful. We want to be confident in what we do. As I always say, when you walk out that door, that is your runway. When you
Mm-hmm.
open your mouth, you are opening to your own commercial. You are opening your own podcast. You're telling people about
Wow.
who you are and what you can be. So when God is in control of it, and the reason and the way that I got in this is that
Uh-huh.
God gave me a daughter I birthed. One daughter, he said, okay, enough. You've had enough training. Let me take her away from you and push you out there where you need to go. So
Mm-hmm.
that was my training with my daughter for 24 years and 6 months. And then
Oh,
God
nice.
gave me over 100 and
Wow.
some odd daughters now. So
Uh-huh.
I love um I love where I am. I love what I'm doing because, as I stated before, all our big mamas and mud deals and all those are gone. So it's gonna take our generation to help those girls who are coming behind us. It's
Mm-hmm.
not sugarcoating anything. We're telling you about true life and what life has to offer you if you go ahead and accept it and be who you are. But you have to remember that God comes first,
Exactly.
and to
First and
hear the
foremost.
voice of him speaking to you is such an awesome experience.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's nobody else saying, oh, well, God told me. Yeah, he told me the same thing.
Yeah.
So are you giving me my confirmation? Because he's already told me. I just didn't want to hear it, or I just didn't want to accept it. But when he
Mm-hmm.
sends that confirmation, you can't do nothing but say, okay, God, I'm ready.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. I
that's
know
who it
that
is. And
feeling.
then that launching of my jewelry collection. When I
Uh-huh.
say COVID came in and said, okay, everybody stop doing what you're doing. I need y'all to sit down. But that was God telling us, hey, I got some new things for you to do. And that's how my jewelry came out. And it's still dedicated to the plus size arena
Oh,
because
okay.
we want to wear chokers. We want to wear all the nice things too, but it's always made too small for my wrist.
Uh-huh.
It chokes me for real. So I said, okay, God, now what am I supposed to be doing? Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay. And I'm enjoying it. So that's why I am super excited for you. And I could see the vision that God just gave me for you. Girl, I'm so ready. I can't even sit in my seat. I want to just jump up right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I
Hey,
definitely would love to see some of your jewelry as well. So we'll have to set all this up where I can review some of it and we can talk a little bit more.
We will. We will. We
so,
will.
son, I've been pretty quiet on Facebook about this because my wife's kind of shy and so forth, and she's not in the pictures and all of this stuff. But we just got back off of a cruise, a very unplanned cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a month ago, less than a month ago, I was telling my mom over the phone, I ain't trying to think about no cruise. We all had this big family cruise plan for Thanksgiving, and one of Wendy's friends came back from a shortened cruise and talked about the precautions that were being taken, and and how safe she felt. And some of that kind of like infested my system. That
Mm-hmm.
along with me realizing this girl gonna be off for she took the time off, which she's not been off for nothing during the whole pandemic. And I said, she's gonna be home. She's gonna be trying to take over my big screen TV. She's gonna be trying to cook what mess up my menu in the morning times. What can we do about this? And so I just went on. I looked up to the next level of cruise ship. I'm not going to give a free endorsement because I'm in negotiation with this cruise line, and that's what I'm going to ask you all as we get ready to get out of here. Um, Linda, I need you to come up with a way that we can market a cruise that would benefit, that would be kind of like a fundraiser. We got to twist some arms with some and cruise companies. They're trying to get back in the waters. They're dealing with 40-50%. We got to find a way that we can turn this thing, turn a cruise that would benefit some of these
Everybody.
like what you guys are doing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's your
Well,
assignment for me.
okay, that's done. That's done. Yeah, that's done. That's done. Yeah, I was actually planning a 65th birthday gathering to go over to South Africa, and with everything going for next year when I turn 65. Oh, you know about that because you hit it before me. But but I plan to have a big trip to go over. So if we need to um, take it from going over to South Africa and do a 7-day cruise or whatever cruise, then that's what we can do. So that's not an issue, man. You know all you have to do is say when and where. Let's go. It's done. It's done.
Bless,
I accept the assignment.
bless you, bless you, bless. So what can we do? You have Shawnee, you have Linda is centrally located.
Mm-hmm.
I'm located on the other coast. What can we do to expand what you're doing? How can we get
Um,
Talking Angels out there more?
you can
Right.
just I noticed, like if you post something on Instagram or Facebook and you just say talkingangels.org, people are going to be curious to know what is
Talking
talkingangels.org.
angels. Right.
And what
Okay,
I
yeah.
do need to do is get more traffic to my website,
Right.
Okay,
talkingangels.org.
okay.
And when I did this big breast cancer thing with City of Hope, I got over 300 hits on my website within 30 days, which
Oh
was really
wow.
huge for me
Oh
because,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
I get a hit here, one there. Not a lot of people go to the website. But I do notice when I do promotions on Instagram, I do get more traffic to the website. And you always want to drive more traffic to your website, anything that's going to bring attention to the cause. And then
Okay.
once that happened, I started getting inbox messages from women. I've gone through breast cancer. Is there any way I can get a blanket? Or my mother was a survivor, or my mother passed away from breast cancer. What else do you do? You know what I mean? So I
Right.
made a lot of good friends, or should I say acquaintances, through
Right.
Instagram and Facebook because of this blanket. And I
Mm-hmm.
try to keep in touch with each and every one of them. There was
Mm-hmm.
one young lady, she was in her late 30s, and she had a rare form of cancer, going through treatment. And we would always just keep in touch on Instagram. So I hadn't heard from her in about a month. So on December 7th, I reached out to her through Instagram, and someone replied to me within a day and said, "I'm sorry to inform you, but she passed away on December 5th, 2 days before
Wow.
I had inboxed her because she had
Mm-hmm.
been on my mind." And
Mm-hmm.
she had actually did a video with my blanket, and she
Oh,
was just
wow.
expressing, how the cancer is getting the best of her, and she would do anything to walk again. And it was really touching. And like I said, she had been on my mind. So finally, 2 days prior to me reaching out to her, she had already passed away those 2 days earlier. And
Wow.
so my goal is each person that I give a blanket to or somehow come in contact with, I try to keep in touch with them some type of way,
Right.
whether it's a postcard here or there, or just a hey, how are you, a text message,
Mm-hmm.
or even pick up the phone and call them, because
Right.
that's truly, truly how special the people
It
in the
is.
blankets
Is.
are to me.
Good.
Listen,
Wow.
Linda's got an obligation in another minute or two, and
I
Shauna, I know
do.
you
Okay.
sacrifice you're making. We're going to get you out of here,
All right. I
but
appreciate it. I
we got to
enjoyed
hear
it.
closing
Thank you.
comments. You got closing comments? I know you've been making pictures along. Oh, you know what came across my mind? Unfortunately, Nick Cannon just lost a son
Yes.
to a rare form of cancer,
Right.
and what can we do to reach out to him and
I
maybe
can,
make him a
Adosia, all I need is a name and address. I even will personalize a card that says sent on behalf of whoever is sending on, I'm sending the card on behalf of, and I'll write a nice little simple thinking of you, wishing you the best, and I'll send it off. So, I mean, after this is over, you or Linda or Dozo, you just send me a list of people, their name, and um, who to address the card to, because I do enclose a card, and I'll get these out between tomorrow and Wednesday.
bless you. I got you on that.
Amen.
Yep.
And
So you just let me
I'm going
know.
on our cousin's line, and like I said, I'm out of the city. I'm up here in Duval, but I'm kind of away from things. But I didn't get this out to our cousin's line, but I'm gonna get this link to them, and I want them to
Yeah, I
see
think you
this.
need to.
Yeah, I
That's
will.
the purpose of the blanket. That is the purpose of the blanket.
I,
So
I'm
please reach out to me. It's still what it's only 6 o'clock in California. I'm normally up until 11 or 12. I'm
got
on the
you.
freeway every morning by 6 a.m., 6:30.
Wow.
So you can reach me in my car at any time. I live in my car. I'm always on the freeway. So feel free to reach out anytime.
Okay,
Wow.
Linda.
Nice to meet you,
Okay.
Linda. I'll be in touch with
You
you.
too. You
All
too,
right.
sweetie.
Take
Shawnee,
care.
we love you here.
All right.
Thank
Love
you
you
for
too.
dropping by. Lynn,
All
Yes.
righty.
I can't read. I had to go to an alternate device. I couldn't read any comments. And are there any comments that we want to share before we close out? Okay, are you able to see any comments?
I didn't see. I wasn't. I was all in the Chandra. I had
Okay,
no idea.
no problem, no
Yeah.
problem.
Okay.
I think they were showing them. So, Linda, thank you so much for being with us
Oh
tonight.
man. Yeah.
Uh, and thank you. I know you're gonna really help get that great work she's doing.
Oh
And
yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm ready for her. I'm ready. I'm so glad this was a perfect night for me. I, I, okay, I gotta run because
I,
I'm about to start tearing up. But
no, girl,
this was a good one. This was a good one, man. It was a good one. I'm
I
looking
was
forward to it.
so glad for you all. I called Linda when I learned Kim was out. I was hoping actually we are gonna be side by side tonight, which we've only done once. We did it twice, I think. But
Yeah.
when I called Linda, she couldn't hear me, and she said, "D, whatever you need, I got your back." And that's the kind of friend she has been for 20 some years. And so,
Oh,
thank you again, sis, for being here with us tonight.
all
Listen,
right.
listen, those of you all in Dozy Land, next Monday night, we've got a very special dialogue for you. Please join us. You're going to actually have to help drive it, but we're bringing on family members, and we have a very special Christmas presentation. But you got to help drive it with your comments. That's next week's Monday night's Dialogue with Dozy. We love you. God bless you. We're brought to you by GoGetCreations.com. We will see you on next Monday night right here at 8 o'clock, Facebook, YouTube Live. If you miss it, then catch the repeat at your own leisure. We love you in Dozy Land. Listen, we got to get our music back. I'm just used to going out with Journey. But I'm going out with you. Thanks again. We love you. God bless. Be safe in these streets during these holidays and have a very blessed holiday season. I'll see you next Monday night before Christmas. God bless.